Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the TMNT Mirage Leatherhead figure from NECA. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks awesome and just continues the trend of NECA just killing it with the TMNT lines, all of them actually. You know, they've got the cartoon, they've got the Archie comics, they've got the movies, they've got Mirage, and just, yeah, fantastic stuff all around. Again, love that they're doing the like kind of heavy line work, just like those comics, really brings out those details. Here you also get a wash over the scales, so you can see all that beautiful sculpt they got going on here. Very much accurate to the source material, just really good stuff all around. Not only that, proportions are very good. Not only that, this is huge. I was not expecting the size of this figure. I kind of came home, saw this box on my step, and was like, that's awfully large. Did they just like put a bunch of paper in there? But no, this is a huge figure, and that is fantastic. It really kind of sells the size. And in the comics, he was huge, which makes sense. He's an alligator as opposed to turtles, which are vastly different in size. And yeah, just really good details. Continuing on to this default head sculpt, there are two. We'll look at the other one in the next section. Look at the eye patch here with the little skull. Nice dark wash here at the front too to bring out some of those scales. The bright yellow eye. I do wish they kind of did that without the kind of pupil in it. The artwork does not have the pupil. I think it looks a little bit better, but regardless, still looks good. We got the inside of the mouth fully sculpted on the top and bottom, not the back. The back you can actually see the scales going there. They just kind of painted it black, but really nice all around regardless. And really nice kind of sharp paint on the teeth, and by that I mean, you know, just very, very accurate, no slop whatsoever, which is really nice. You know, you occasionally get that with NECA, but not a ton, not recently anyway, not that I've experienced. Then we get the wraps here with some really nice kind of aging, clearly a white base with a little bit of brown over it, another black to bring out those details. And yeah, just good stuff all around. Fantastic looking figure. We don't get a ton of accessories here. However, considering the size of the figure and the fact that, you know, we're not really going to see much, if any, reuse from any of the parts here, that is fully understandable. But it's also not a character that needs a ton. So starting with hands, right out of the box, we do get a pair of fists. I get a pair of gripping hands. There's nothing to grip, but that leaves options for any other accessories you might have hanging around. And a pair of kind of relaxed, kind of clawing hands. And again, all those details all the way around, nowhere has been skipped, which is awesome. Then we get two different head sculpts. So we get the one we looked at before with the eye patch, with the longer snout, so more of a crocodile look. And then we get the flatter, more American alligator look. I actually like this one better. And yeah, you can see just a little bit broader, a little more mouth detail. The tongue is smaller, and yeah, still all that awesome sculpt. I also like that this is flat enough that, like, if you want to do a water scene, it kind of sits flat, so you could make that work, which is really cool. And yeah, that will do it for accessories. Articulation is really nice, if somewhat limited, but yeah, we got some standing kicks, not freestanding. I am using the tail to prop them up, but again, very bulky figure, semi-weird proportions. So yeah, still you can get some really nice action poses. Clearly, I have to adjust here a little bit. And for the head, we are in a barbell joint, so we ball a kind of rod and then another ball in the head, which allows us to come up this far. So not really looking up, unfortunately. Can't get any like crazy swimming poses or anything, but you can look down that far. You get some really nice side to side. So you do get a lot of freedom going on there. We do have a hinged jaw on both heads, so you can open that far. Then we get to the arms, and these are also on a, so we got our hinge swivel here, but there's a bit more of a rod going into the body to allow some movement. Not really some butterfly, unfortunately, but come up to just about a T, kind of just short of it. We get bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, which will bring us not quite to 90, but we can straighten out. Then we get hinge and swivel at the wrists. We get another barbell joint here at the diaphragm. And the body's actually kind of rubbery, which I didn't realize until I heated it up the first time. And yeah, so there's a lot of give on the back. The front is hard plastic, so it's this nice kind of dynamic. So we're not really getting a ton of crunch forward, but we do get a little bit. And then kind of work the back spines there. You can see you get pretty nice arch actually. And then some nice side to side, and that is where we're gonna get a rotation as well. Coming down to the hips, once again, we have ball joints that you can kind of see how it goes into the body there. That gives us some thigh swivel as well, but coming out almost full splits, beautiful. Would not expect that from this figure, so there's that. Can bend about that far at the knee. Can't fully straighten out. I do wish there was a little more clearance there. Front kick is basically just a high kick. That's awesome, which is actually also a pretty cool pose for him kicking or stomping. Then we get down to the feet, and we can point about that much, come forward about that much, it's not too bad, and then we get some rocker. Then finally we get the tail. Comes separate in the package, again it's huge. So we get a barbell joint here, so we can go around, so we can go up, down, rotation. Then we get ball joints, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it gets some pretty nice range of motion. So it can come down that far and come up that far, from the side like that. So yeah, really good options. Probably one of the best tails I've seen in a while. And yeah, that'll do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with NECA's Archie and Cartoon Leatherheads, with some other NECA Mirage stuff, with some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, there is truly in human form in both 1/18 and 1/12 scale. So my final thoughts on the TMNT Mirage Leatherhead figure from NECA is that this is an incredibly solid figure, much better articulation than I was expecting, just fun to pose overall, looks fantastic, accessories are on point, just yeah, really fun figure, especially if you're a fan of Leatherhead, the Mirage stuff specifically. This is my favorite version of Leatherhead, so I'm so happy to have a figure of this version of Leatherhead. The two different head sculpts absolutely make this just that much better, and yeah, cannot recommend it enough. NECA just really has been killing it with all the TMNT stuff, with all the various lines, as I said earlier in the review, and yeah, just further proof here. So initially, I believe this was an exclusive, or at least was only available through the NECA website. I don't know if this has gone up anywhere else yet, to be completely honest. It probably will at some point, because they seem to be doing this whole like limited exclusivity for almost everything, and then all of a sudden it goes up on, like, we've got Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, all the main places. So I wish you the best of luck in locating yours. That being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining, and if you did, hope to see you back here, because we do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back, let's talk some really nice plastic, just escape the world for a while. But really, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.